online. These days of webinar, I'm sure many of us have attended what we call webinar, where someone is giving a lecture to different persons across the world, and you're actually communicating and talking to yourself. And I mean, for me, it happens. But you see, somebody will say, "Well, I'm from India, and I'm sitting here in Gadwa Estate, and someone is speaking from India." But all these things are technology we must have. Can we sit in our office and organize a webinar? We're sitting here talking now. The entire world is watching us, listening to us, and maybe if we had a very good Twitter account, someone would have been tweeting what is happening here. I don't know whether anybody here is tweeting about this, but sometimes people go for a meeting. Sorry? No. Yeah. Sometimes we go for a meeting and people say, "Oh yeah, everybody, meeting stop." A meeting will stop. Say, "Let's take 10 minutes and tweet about this meeting." And everybody will carry their phones and they'll be tweeting. They'll be tweeting about what they've been learning, what they've been hearing. And in sometimes 15 seconds, it starts to trend. And you have a hashtag for hashtag. Exactly. So, thank you. This is what advertises us and advertises you for almost free of charge. So, imagine if we had put all these things have been saying, just everybody stop, pull out your phones, let's tweet about. We are meeting here as partners to create effective movement on Srhr in Nigeria. Let's start tweeting. She tweets, I tweet, he retweets me, he retweets me, my 30 followers or 3,000 followers also start to retweet, and before you know it, it's trending. It's trending. It's trending. And these are what we call footprints on the internet. There's some people, even when they want to give you money, the organization, they go and type organization name on the internet. And then they Google it. It doesn't come up. They say, "Well, I want to give you the money, but I don't see your footprints online." Because in these days, that is what makes you know. That is what shows that you are not a fraud and all of that. If nobody can see you online, people are afraid to deal with you. But when people see you online, they type your name online, one or two things about you come up, oh, they're comfortable, because that means Interpol can get you. It means what you are doing is genuine. But imagine a whole organization that says we are an organization working on this. You type their name on the internet, Babas. Nothing comes up. Non-existent. And you want me to give you $20,000 and I'm in Canada. And on the internet, I can't even see you at all. So, and then with the kind of country we come from, I mean, not the kind of country we come from, the kind of image that I've been given about our country, whether falsely or true, means we are at an added disadvantage in trying to. Then we have organizational annual plan and implementing. In fact, I would say strategic plan first for an annual plan, because that gives you, yeah. Like in next month, we'll be going to look at our own strategic, our own strategic plan as to how 1 year down the line we are fared. All those things are what takes us a step further. Organogram of the organization is also important. Who reports to who? What are the departments? And so that everybody knows that if I come to the office, I report to this person or report to this person. This is my schedule. This is my job descriptions. This is it. So that I know exactly what I'm coming to the office 9 to 5 to do. People cannot just walk into an office and don't know what to do. Even if you have two staff, one staff, whatever it is in your office, please have a futuristic organogram in your head. I remember when I started practice, I used to have Ari Momo and associates, but I was sitting alone in the office. So somebody came to me and said, "Where are the associates?" I said, "They're in future, they're in future." It started to laugh. But the thing was that you know where you're going. You know where you're going. That someday I'm going to work with my colleagues. So that is organogram thing is very, very important. It's really, really important. So even if you don't have staff, put your director here, put your program officer, know exactly where they will fit when you are. So let them not come and enter into nothingness. Let them come and enter into something and can begin to tweak it as the challenges and the dynamics change. Then we have a need to build referral and improve working relationship amongst partners. I mean, we've discussed this earlier. We can't say this enough. How I would love it if something happens in one place and I pick up the phone and I say, Bauchi, we have a problem there, blah, and and then the problem is resolved and it's solved as if lawyers alert is in Bauchi. You see the beauty of it. It's so sweet. Just a phone call, and that's it. That's it. Oh, we're having a training tomorrow in Oshobo with this SRH that we talked about. Can you send somebody from Abuja, please, to come and take 3 sessions for us today? Okay, we don't have much money. Can you put it tomorrow because the person will have to come by road? If not, that kind of stuff. And then for nothing, you have an expert in the room. Am I making sense? Sometimes in August last year, was it August and September last year, we had a training on strategic impact litigation, best practices in the world. What did we do? We invited our partner from South Africa. We did not, just partners. They flew all the way down, met us, and the training held. Are we communicating? Yeah. Resource person of very high caliber. Another raw, and she came and she took, and lawyers were very happy. You were happy to were, good. We didn't pay her. These are partners. Yeah, Mbu came from Senegal. Mbu actually paid his way to Nigeria. Be part of that meeting. And not to talk of us here trying to have something for our own country. Why would we not make those sacrifices if they arise? So feel free to invite the strong organizations amongst us here, the not so strong organizations amongst us here, to come over and help you develop your systems. That is why we are calling this meeting. We are very happy and ready to visit you, to go down there and help you what needs to be done. Is it to develop policies? It needs to help with registration? Is it to, those small things that we can do? We would love to do them so that together we can have an effective SRHR based systems based among the states in Nigeria, and we can begin to help our target group. So the referrals are very important. We need to have a government agency. Don't forget this one. A government agency should be coordinating those things at the state level. At the national level, NACA comes forward and says we are coordinating this, and we're happy to work with them. But on a more, at the state level, carry out advocacy. Visit the Commissioner of Women Affairs. Visit the Commissioner of, Health. Visit your SACA people. Get a meeting. Ask them who is actually coordinating this at the state level. Who can we meet in the state when we have any issue that concerns reproductive rights in our state? So let the states have that one person that can do that. And finally, what we have here is need for paralegal training. And this is very important because earlier we talked about the cost of lawyers. We talked about even the availability of lawyers. Lawyers are not very readily available. And if we have first aid lawyers, people who have not gone to school as lawyers, they have gone to school in various issues, but they are working in an organization on matters of rendering some assistance, and you train them to be lawyers. They can draft affidavit, they can make basic requests, they can make basic legal documents for us. Voila, we are good to go. I think it helps everybody. And those are the issues that are here. I added one for myself here. Basically, after all I've read, at least I kept saying this, I've been saying this partnership of CS, media, and legislature. Don't take that for granted. It's really, really very important. These are the issues that came out of our assessment and what people, the feedback as what are the issues. And I hope that we can agree on how to tackle these issues going forward. And Rosalind, I think that will be it. I said somebody has a comment or question to ask. I'm very happy to stay and do that. I'm sorry, I am presenting the paper in Kigali on Monday. That's why I've been going back to work on the paper. Yes.
So the aspect of registration that you mentioned, was it referring to the registration of some of the organizations that are participating here today?
Yeah.
Like what we were discussing in the morning, I think it's your organization. That's the registration we're talking about. Now, I understand that the federal government is trying to simplify the process of registration and things like that to the extent that instead of maybe do one process in this, it includes the registration of NGO.
Incorporated trust.
It includes business name. It includes the registration of things like NGO. Well, anyway, we need to find out why.
Availability and search that you do.
Anyway,
The business name is different
It's different.
from availability and search.
well, I think this is part of things that we need to work on. Even if they've not done that. Because initially the issue of registration of business too was a difficult thing. It was due to some advocacy and some efforts that made Osibajo to realize that we can compress all these activities into small effort and achieve the objective. So if it has not been simplified to the level we want, we can even advocate for that. But if it has been simplified, I think we should follow the process and get it done. Some of these things sometimes are not as difficult as some of us think they are. But when we start, the process, we'll get somewhere. So that's just my observation.
Thank you very much. For us within the civil society space, we think, unfortunately, that government is closing it down. Because these days, even after registration, you go to open a bank account, they tell you to go to EFCC.
Yes.
They tell you to go here, they tell you to go. They are making the place so.
You have to
They are
have
compressing the space.
3 different organizations that will be
Exactly.
your guarantor.
Now and again, they'll come up with something that they want to set up one agency that before you can apply for grants, you have to go to that agency first. The agency will look at you and pass you before you can. So the civic space in Nigeria is being threatened, and we need to stand up and defend the space.
That's what I'm saying. We need to start advocating for them to relax some of those things.
Yes. Okay. When you think about going forward, I think these are some of the matters to look at. Rosalind?
Thank you so much. Session is over. So let's proceed to the next session, which is strategic impact education and documentation. Right, I'm doing a business.
Well, I can see people are sleeping, so make them dance, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know that energizer, I don't think you can continue like this.
Okay, we do volunteer to give us an energizer.
Zahira, no. Can do it.
Let me give us one.
Yeah.
If I say, I wish together, he says together. I wish together. Together. Are we together? Together. Are we motivated? Motivated. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Ayeni. Now we are actually drawing to a close, but not without this session. Yes, not without this session on public interest litigation, or what to call impact litigation or strategic litigation. So basically, we are not making lawyers out of most of us that are not lawyers here, but all we're interested in is how do we actually look at those areas where it is important for us to begin to look at the possibilities of bringing lawsuits in court. And we're not saying that the different organizations represented here are the ones to actually institute these matters in court. What we are saying is you can bring all these things to our notice. You can let us know about them in your various areas of operation, in your various states of operation, so that we look at the possibility of taking them on from there. So that is what this session seeks to achieve actually. And so, but then we cannot really do enough justice to this without at least saying some things, even in a layman language, what we mean by public interest litigation, or impact litigation, or what we mean by strategic litigation, and how is it different from the ordinary or litigation. Now, basically, when we say strategic litigation, public interest litigation, we mean the those lawsuits you bring. I mean, whose result or outcome are expected to have more impact than the immediate claimant or the immediate claims. Now, let's simplify that. Now, basically, when an individual feels aggrieved and he feels he has a cause of action, definitely the place to ventilate such is the law court. So he approaches the court for redress. And the moment that redress comes, then what does it do? It goes to do what? To correct whatever or has been done to that person. But in the case of public impact litigation or public interest litigation, the outcome or the effect is usually beyond the immediate claimant, has more impact, more coverage than the immediate claimant. That is, the outcome of such will go a long way to determine the fate of so many others that are likely to suffer the same injury, that are likely to find themselves in the shoes of the immediate claimant. In fact, most times, public or impact litigation claimants may not even be in existence. What I mean is, there may not have even been one person that has suffered that act before approaching the court. That is, it is even possible in public impact litigation to approach the court without any particular person, any foreseeable person suffering that act. I mean, so in such a case, the outcome is to do what? Is to forestall, is to nip in the bud the likelihood of the occurrence of what we fear so much. So any engagement, any lawsuit in such dimension or in that realm is referred to as a strategic litigation. We'll give examples. Now, recently, not even recently, in 2014, there is this law passed. It is called the HIV/AIDS Anti-Discrimination Act. Now, in that law actually mandates every organization that has 5 or more staff to put in place what we call AIDS HIV workplace policy. And the Attorney General of the Federation is the one who is supposed to put in place, who is supposed to oversee the operations of that law. And that policy, it is required that such an organization deposits a policy on HIV or AIDS with the Ministry of Labor. That is what the act says. But up to now, in fact, the survey we have carried out showed that not even one organization out of 10 since that 2014 has done that till today. And a lot of people have suffered that. And so recently, we actually had an elaborate discussion on that and decided we are going to bring a lawsuit. We're going to institute a matter in court in respect of that. And I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we have actually instituted a matter on that. That is, we are asking the court to compel the Minister of Justice to do what? To force every organization to do what? To have that policy in place. That is a good example of a public interest litigation that we are talking about. Now, some years back, I want to give another example. I was in a place, I think 2 days ago, and somebody was saying, we have so many political parties on our ballot papers. I said, that is the handiwork of a strategic litigation. Many years ago, Chief Ganifa Emi of blessed memory actually approached the court and sought to know whether every person that wants to have a political party in place has the right to actually put in place one. And eventually, the matter was decided in his favor. And that informed the practice today of INEC registering people that puts up application to, establish political parties on minimal requirements. It was because of that judgment that actually gave rise to that. So it is not the fault of INEC in any way. They are being compelled by the law court to do what they do, and that is why we have up to 73 political parties on our good. For the presidential on our ballot or paper. So what are we saying? That is what a public impact or public interest litigation or a strategic litigation can do for everyone. And sincerely, I think early last year, I attended a particular training in South Africa. In fact, in that training, there was a paper that was on how to really identify areas to bring up litigations, lawsuits in this area. That training was an eye-opener for me. And since then, at every opportunity, at every forum, or in every forum that I've ever been, I tell people there are so many things, there are so many subject matter upon which to litigate strategically as it is in Nigeria, honestly. And so we are bringing up this session so that the various organizations that have attended this or meeting can go back and begin to explore areas and see areas. Even if you are not sure, all you need to do is to put a call through to us, because we have this strength of we have a legal department that can boast of about close to 10 lawyers in-house that are on the payroll of Lawyers Alert. And we also a secretariat to another organization called COLA, represented by the man opposite me. We have lawyers in almost all the states of the federation. So it is a plus. It is another advantage for us. And so, for any reason, we can put a call through to any of us. If you're not very sure, can't we litigate on so and so area? Put a call through to any of us. We'll discuss it, and if possible, honestly, bring an action in court. It's important to us, and it's of great interest to us. Now, basically, I want us to look at the various areas. Okay, maybe you're going to do this together. Now we're all here, and I'm very sure at one time or the other, some things would have occurred to us, some issues would have arisen that where we feel, oh, can somebody go to court over so and so? I wouldn't know. I think if we have to do it, we have to make it interactive. We can begin to, probably one organization or the other can begin to identify some of these areas. Which area do we think, what have you seen in your areas of operation, in your states of operation, where you think, the possibility of bringing an action, probably to compel a government or agency, or to compel a public authority to do or to refrain from doing certain acts, or things we think are in other places, but around us here we do not see them, or things that are happening around us here, which are not in existence elsewhere, and we think there is this feeling in us that is telling us, look, I'm not sure this is right. I'm not sure we are getting this right here. Probably we can begin to look at such issues right now and try and identify them. But the greater work is when we go back, let us, open our eyes, be on the lookout, and begin to or pay more attention to these things. See, what have I seen? What is happening that I think is not happening or should not be happening? Maybe we can do that in the next 10 minutes before we actually round off this session. So I don't know who's going to start.
Like the instance of this non-discrimination against people living with HIV. I was also wondering if there could be something like that for people that are raped who want to institute action, but wouldn't want to be openly exposed. Maybe I can borrow that word. Like for instance, there was a particular rape case. A core member was, I'm sorry, I think we are live on Facebook. Someone was raped. Let me just make it a short list. Someone was raped, and when the matter got to court, he said the victim should come and defend the matter. At the point of cross-examination, you know, the lawyer to the accused person is right, has the right to answer questions. If you send lawyers during cross-examination, you will hear some very terrible dribbling.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way.
That's correct.
So, and because of that, somebody that is already traumatized and you are also now putting certain questions to that person, it's like you are putting salt on the wound. So what I'm thinking is, like you said, like we are envisaging things that should have been put in certain shape. Why not thinking of such law, or I mean, order or ruling that would guarantee that if a rape victim don't want to appear in court and our case will still be prosecuted. Because if somebody wouldn't want to come to court to appear, that means he's not ready to defend the matter. But for somebody now to say, because I don't want people to see me that look at the woman that appeared in court yesterday that they said they raped. And some people will even begin to, help her to broadcast and discuss it and exposing her identity. So that's one of the instances that I think we can look at.
So is there any response to what you have said?
The issue borders on a fair hearing. Because actually the rapist, the rape victim, is alleging that he has been raped. Definitely the law is that she must be hard. She must be hard. Although another issue I want to address is that yes, there may also be a provision, the law makes provision for the fact that she may be hard, under confidentiality, especially if she is underage. I think that I want to stop there.
Okay. Okay, maybe I should quickly react to that before that contributions come. I guess what we are really talking about comes up under what we call anonymity, then confidentiality, then I will now address the issue of non-appearance. Now, in law, the only opportunity that the other side has to put whatever evidence one side has put across to test is cross-examination. And so there is no way that if your evidence has not passed through the fire of cross-examination, it is not yet evidence. And so there's no way any law can say you will not cross-examine the other party over whatever evidence he has given in court. Because if you do not cross-examine, if somebody has said so and so has done so and so to me, and the other person has not been given the opportunity to ask questions, possibilities of the other one person lying. So how do we take that? How do we, really apportion veracity to whatever evidence he has given or she has given? So there is no way. So I guess no law can actually take away that right of cross-examination. In trials from anybody. Openly. Okay, good. Now that is the second part I'm coming into now. Confidentiality or anonymity. Now, if you take for instance the HIV/AIDS Anti-Discrimination Act 2014 makes provision for anonymity and confidentiality, and that is why most of the cases we have instituted in court, but we have about I think not less than 10 of them currently, and I think we have got a judgment in several others, many others. But the one recurring decimal with all these cases, each time we approach the court, is to first and foremost obtain what we call an anonymity order. That anonymity order, what it means is simply this, that on the court processes, the real names of victims will never appear. They are either called Mr. X, Miss X, Mr. A. And so when you hear from us, Mr. X, Miss A, Miss Z, and all the rest things, they are actually persons who have litigated under the HIV AIDS Certification Act. I mean, they are existing people, individuals. But then, because that law actually made provisions for confidentiality, it has become easier to really do what? To really approach the court and get such an order. We have got up to 4
Sir,
of
sorry,
that as
sir.
it is.
If the case in question now is rape,
No, I'm
not
coming up to
HIV,
I'm coming
and
up to
somebody
that.
now
I'm coming up.
seek anonymity,
Okay, I'm coming up to that. I'm coming to link it with that. Now, we have been able to do that for HIV people, persons living and suffering from, living with and affected by HIV/AIDS, simply because that law has given us that opportunity. Now, as it is, talk about probably the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, for example, and all our various laws on crime in Nigeria. There is nothing that gives that right, gives that opportunity to a rape victim as it is right now. And so this could be taken higher, honestly. This a public discourse could actually come up from time to time over this, just as it happened for the law on HIV/AIDS discrimination. I mean, it took about 13 years to get that law passed. And so we can begin to imagine. So the earlier a discussion starts on this, the better. Who says we can't get there? Because the issue I've raised is so germane and important, honestly, and it can never be overemphasized. So, basically, in summary, there is no law in place that will give us that opportunity for rape victims currently as it is.
you talk about strategic
In mass
engagement.
litigation.
You are now saying that is it likely or possible that someone now begin to even approaching court to say if that anonymity could be given to HIV victim, could such opportunity or privilege be given to a rape victim
Because of the stigma.
because of stigma?
Okay. Now, those are the kind of things we are talking about here. And I do not want to foreclose the possibility of anything in law. Okay. But right now, there is no law to really hang such a suit upon. Now, except the argument that this affects, because of confidentiality issue, because of anonymity issue, a lot of people will not want to approach court to seek redress. A lot of rape victims,
So their
that could be
rights
the
are being
argument.
denied.
And so their rights are being denied. That is a very good area that one can come up with. So it's also a virgin land for every one of us. So any other?
There is something. I realized that they said they are discriminating. Just an analogy for us. They said they are discriminating against HND holders when in the workplace. Now, even the polytechnic, sorry, sir, even the polytechnics, are you with me? The polytechnics that produce HND holders is also discriminating against them. Somebody applied to a polytechnic sometimes and he has HND and he said, no, we
cannot issue.
Now, I want to know, you said no organization in Nigeria at this moment implements the setting up of workplace plan policy on non-discrimination against HIV positive persons.
No, HIV/AIDS workplace policy.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. That no organization at this moment implements it.
No, I said 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Which means not more than 10%. I'm not saying there's no. At least we have.
That's what I want to get right.
Okay.
We have some that are.
Yes, very few. A lot are not, and do not have that in place.
Please, sir. You said 1 out of 10.
Yes.
That means we have like 10%.
Yes, just 10%, which is a 5 crab from what it ought to be. Whereas it's supposed to be 100%. So we are still at 10.
My comment, let me slightly a question. in a society where both lawyers and judges, magistrates, or whatever you may call it, are coming from, let's say, maybe the Christian background or the Muslim background, and they are being represented in court to decide cases that affect some particular persons. At the end of the day, you say this one should go to jail, this one should be freed. But most of these lawyers, most of these judges, most of these magistrates are not having a background in human rights. They do not understand some of these human rights we are talking about, just like today. You see, some of us just got to understand so many things about gender-based violence. So most of these people in court arguing these cases, becoming the fate of these people, don't even know some of these things. Is it good for this impact education, public impact education, for us to bring up a kind of suit or push for a bill that will recommend that the lawyers, the judges that are deciding human rights cases like this should be, first of all, be vested in or show that they have themselves gone through tutorship or they are learned in this human right that they have to decide.
Please, it's thrown open to everybody. It's interactive. Any reaction, response?
I think I'm also thinking in that direction. Like, for example, now, medical doctors, if somebody is a gynecologist, is working on that aspect, he's not likely to just start treating somebody that has a eye problem. But I think in the judiciary stuff, except some special courts like industrial court or like a rent tribunal and things like that. Otherwise, you see that a particular judge, if they are bringing homicide case, is hearing it. If they bring a marriage family matter, he's hearing it. To the extent that he sees himself as a Alpha and Omega, that he knows everything. Whereas you have to some extent specialize that this area you know well about it. Look at the magistrate that is sitting here. She said it is today that she is realizing that if somebody is a gay, don't just condemn that person finally. See it that that's the way he's living his life. But let's see how and what society can do on it. But initially, probably what she has in mind was that why should you also be a gay? So if some people lynch a gay now, if some people lynch a gay, you will see there are some Christians they call SU, that is those that are so committed Christians or Tabligh, some Tabligh brothers. If we just say they lynch him, so what else do you want to do? If they don't lynch him, in fact, they should stone him to death in the first place. So those who lynch him might not be seen to be committing crime. But that is if that judge is well educated about the fact that in the first place, though what that person is doing is morally wrong, but in the face of the law, is it really wrong that somebody is a gay or somebody is a lesbian? In the first place, in the face of the law, does the law actually condemn that person for being a gay or lesbian, even though morally it is wrong? So, but if the judge that the case is being, that is handling the case is somebody that in the first place really hates anything like lesbian or gay, that means that gay and lesbian, even without giving them fair hearing, may land in prison. So that's thinking along the line of what what he said.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other contribution?
Okay, let me just chip in something to what he has said. Basically, I think even in the United States, right, you have judges who are strong advocates or opponents of certain kinds of issues, right? So, in as much as we understand that it's law, it is law. But when you bring these issues to them, right, or in their courts, you have to convince them beyond reasonable. That's law, right? You have to convince whether he's anti that thing or he's pro it. He listens to it, and as a judge, he dispenses his judgment without fear or favor. And in as much as we get the fact that people should be vested in certain areas and all of that, you cannot take away people's personalities and their peculiarities from them. Whether he's very vast in human rights and he's not interested in certain kind of things, it doesn't change or change his perspective about that thing. It's there. That is just correct.
Well, conclusion, issue of human rights goes with jurisdiction. You are not expected to put the issue of human rights in the law court, which is magistrate. So issue of human rights, I think you should get a lawyer who will help you file your case in the appropriate court, that is the High Court. And there is no lawyer who has not been taught of human rights because we just have
It's a course on
it's a course of its own. You understand? Just maybe issue of capacity, going to so many workshops to build your capacity. You understand?
Okay, anyone?
I want to make reference to section 36, sub 12 of the Constitution. That section is to the effect that no citizen or individual can be punished for any offense except that offense is defined by a written law and the penalty is prescribed. So two things, defined and prescribed. Because making reference to your point that some of these judges are not vast, not subscribe to that. Before you are called to the bench, it is a process. You must have practiced. You must have been at the bar for a certain number of years before you. Thank you. Before you are qualified to be at the bench, and when you are there, it's a lifetime of reading. And remember that when lawyers come before the magistrate or a judge, they come in with various arguments, which at the end of the day, the judge or the magistrate goes back into chamber and make research, make reference before he or she comes up with a sound judgment or decision, which in itself is not even final, it is subject to appeal. And if at the Court of Appeal, the Court of Appeal feels that no, this is not properly done, they send back for the trial or they will dismiss the order. So the court does not make the law. The court works on what is available for them. Like an association went to CAC and said they want to register an association of women that have the same orientation. And the matter got to court and the judge says no. First of all, CAC denied them registration and they went to court, but it's against their freedom of association. But when they went to court, the judge says CAC is right. In as much as there is a law that says that such association is illegal, until that law is repealed. That is the law. So that is it. So the judges or the magistrate work based on what is the law of the land. So advocacy and all that will only come when civil society groups, NGOs like this come up and they meet up with lawmakers and they can help them to fine-tune, refine their policies. And at the end of the day, when these policies are fine-tuned and refined, they amend. And when they amend this law, it trickles back to the court. So a judgment of 2006 may not be a decision in 2019. That is how the judicial justice system operates.
Thank you very much. I hope you're not losing sight of.
Please, I want to ask him something. Is there a law in Nigeria constitution that says that women with the same orientation cannot form an association? Is there a law that forbids them to want that association?
SSMP, same-sex marriage prohibition act.
But is that the same orientation?
What he means is different. Maybe
Okay,
Because
you
we
just
are on live
oh,
case, I'm trying to.
okay.
It's finished.
Because it is association orientation that I had.
it's a code.
Oh,
I think basically my last word on this will be that now, even though a judge is expected, not supposed, is expected to have a personality of his own. He's supposed to have his own values. Now, there ought to be a difference between when you are applying the law and when you are bringing or applying or bringing in your personality to bear. I mean, they are all trained to distinguish between these two things, what you believe in and what the law says. But unfortunately, a lot of them cannot really cannot really separate this. And just as you said, that is why we have appeals. Now, when you are not satisfied with the decision of a court, you can go higher. And at the Court of Appeal, for example, it's not only one judge again that will sit over your case, three. Then, if you're not still satisfied, you can go to the last one, Supreme Court, where you have also at least three, and most cases five. In fact, some cases up to seven. Are we satisfied with that? So those are the measures that law has put in place to checkmate possibilities of things like that. So please, let's not lose sight of the argument. We are trying to identify areas, possible areas for impact litigation. So somebody has mentioned one, confidentiality for rape victims. That is the only point we have made. So we need more areas from our various states of operation, and we're not going to end it here, definitely. We are taking it beyond here, okay?
this particular one actually not from my state, it's from Ogun State, but I think you can see
Yes.
take it. The instances of raping minors is very common in Ogun State, and I understand that the punishment for rape, probably people are saying that it's very
Is it minimum?
it's not. What's the punishment for rape? What's the punishment for rape? No, for raping minors.
Is there a difference?
No difference.
15 years.
Now.
15 or life, 14, sorry. 14 or life imprisonment.
No.
Depending on this.
Circumstances.
Anyway, what I want to find out is
Or there's even one
We are
now.
talking about criminal code.
Violence against persons,
Is it
discrimination
violence
act.
against
So,
persons
okay,
prohibition
let's say
example,
if very simple.
criminal code?
making the punishment stiffer. That is where I'm going.
Okay.
You can advocate or probably go into this impact litigation that you're talking about that could make such punishment very stiffer.
I think the new act has actually taken care of that.
Yes.
Very large extent.
What
The
current
maximum you
punishment?
can even have is life in prison.
Yes. That's
By the
violence.
yeah,
But
violence-
it's just unfortunate that.
There are many states,
Good, that's good.
and yes, we have not done that. So
Mm.
that's where I want to ask. Can
Domestication.
legislation come up from there?
Domestication, yes.
Exactly, because supposing there are a lot of cases that the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act has adequately addressed, whereas the penal code is really not sufficient.
Yeah.
Can you bring an action for that
Yes.
to be able to compel the
States to domesticate
Yes, I think
the violence against persons. In fact, I
Exactly.
was in one forum in Lagos. The advocacy was intense on that. The domestication of VAP acts in all the states of the federation. In fact, some states, I think up to 6, as at the last count, have domesticated that.
Out of 36.
Out of 36, I think about 6. If I look at the HIV AIDS anti-discrimination, I think it's just about 19 or 20 states up to now.
since
Even though it was passed in 2014, we are still in the realm of 20. We are still left with about 16 or 17 to go. So that is it. It's going to be gradual, but then the more intense our advocacy is, the better for us.
So is it advocacy for this in this instance
No,
or
I mean
litigation?
litigation,
Like,
definitely litigation.
it's like the rights of the majority of the populace is being denied through the refusal to pass this law in this
And
state.
it will be easier for us because there is that law at the federal level already. So that is what makes it easier.
Evidence-based advocacy.
Yes.
You need to show them this has been raped. The number of infants or people that have been whose rights have been violated. You show them that what this evidence. You show them evidences. You convince them with your evidences. That somehow sometimes influence the domestication of some certain laws easier than when we just go without facts, without evidence, and
Okay, that's true. So that's another area. Please, more contribution. We still have more time left.
Let me just say this if it is relevant. You see, people have one feeling that when somebody steals millions, at the end of the day, the court could just give judgment and say, okay, go and pay, like the case of this evil. But you will not click bargain. Then you will now see a case of somebody who steals chicken, or steal indomie, or steal gari, being sentenced. So if there could be a way that this impact litigation could begin to say that, okay, maybe if it is an amendment that is required or whatever, that punishment should be proportional to the crime. If somebody steals billion and you do plea bargain and you say, okay, you should just maybe go and pay 500,000 naira, and somebody that steals chicken is sentenced immediately.
you see
Thank
what
you.
you are talking about. Plea bargaining in most instances applies to civil cases, not criminal cases. You get
It's in criminal cases.
It's in criminal cases.
I said most of the time.
Okay.
It's not all criminal cases that you do plea bargaining. The state won't allow that most of the time. Because we are talking about life of a woman, not any kind of small property or money that can be replaced.
Okay. Now, there is something important that I want us to bear in mind when it comes to plea bargaining. One, before you go into plea bargaining, thank you. I think I'm okay. Yes. Before you go into plea bargaining, two things must be in place. One, it means that you have accepted that you are guilty. That's one. And two, that I'm paying back. So let's look at the first one, conviction. Now, it does that in Nigeria, we don't look at the effect of a conviction, criminal conviction on people. Criminal conviction carries a lot of negative effects. And so, for you to even come up and say, I am guilty, that is what plea bargaining means. It means first and foremost, you are saying, I am guilty, and I have been convicted, and they will convict you. Then, those things carry is even more than going to suffer in prison, honestly, for those kind of people. And especially that you are even returning whatever you have been found guilty of.
But the amount usually
Let me clarify. Okay? Plead bargain is a product of necessity. Hmm? Now, what is the essence of they steal money? And after stealing money, they can afford to go to prison. Give me 10 years. I have stolen 50 million, 50 billion. Sentencing it to 10 years. If I stay 10 years with my freedom, can I steal that kind of money?
No.
And when I go 10 years and come out with that mindset that I have 50 billion somewhere. So that's what made for many of these people in offices to steal money with reckless abandon. Now, plead bargain a product of necessity. If you catch them, don't bother sentencing them. Bring them to a round table. Now, this is what we do. How much did you steal? The government is not ready to sentence you to 10 years in prison. If you have stolen 50 billion, return to percentage to the government. Then we will not send you to prison. That's number one.
But you have been completed.
Then number two, the money you see they pay is not part of the percentage. That is your punishment money. Now go and pay 2,000 naira. Go and pay 500 naira. It's not part of the percentage you have. That is money for your not going to prison. Yes. 2,000 naira.
Thank you, guys. I'm bringing us
That's
back.
complete package.
Thank you, guys. I'm bringing us back to SRHR. We have to come back to SRHR. I'm gradually leaving.
Yes, we have said that. Okay, so more contributions, possible areas of
Litigation.
impact litigation.
For me, there should, in this country, we shouldn't have issues of out of school children. It should be a thing of the past as far as Nigeria is concerned. No child should be at home because the parents cannot pay the education. It should be a thing of the past because people are not aware of their rights. There is a law, Universal Basic Education Act, that provides that every state is entitled to a certain percentage of money to develop the education of the state. The money is kept by central bank. All the state needs to do is to apply for the money, but they have to pay certain percentage to central bank. The central bank will release the money to the state, and the state is supposed to use that money to offer free education to all their citizens. But most of these states refuse to go and apply for that money because they don't want to go to CBN and drop that CBN is supposed to.
Some actually deposit and collect, but they siphon it and do something else.
So, when such comes to reality, it will be a good product of impact litigation so that issues of out of school pupils should no longer exist in our body policy.
Thank you very much. Somebody is actually taking note of all these contributions. So any other one or two more? If there are.
Sometimes you want to try an action. I'm not a lawyer, maybe I'm not directly affected. Now I have to answer the question. How does it affect me? How does
Okay, can you repeat your?
My question is the question of how does an action I want to take affect me? How does the particular cause of action?
Local standard, right?
I am not directly involved. Maybe I've seen somebody suffering violation of some, and I want to ask how does that affect me directly?
So can lawyers react?
This one case is there is this section in the fundamental human rights, whatever. I can't remember the precise section. It's talking about even if you are not directly affected, you can institute a case as an NGO. You see, there is this case that happened. A feeder was abused by her husband, and she refused to take action because it's a sin of shame for her, blah, blah, blah. So feeder now took the case to court on her behalf. And then you were fighting about, and then there is already a law that says an individual, as you are now, in as far as the case you are going to institute is for the benefit of the general public, you can institute it and you have local standard to do it.
Correct.
That's the position of the law.
So it has changed.
It has changed.
By
You
the
don't
fundamental.
have to be affected directly or personally. In as far as you are doing it for the good of the general public, you have local standard.
So any other contribution? One more. Okay, in the absence of that, we bring this session to an end.
Thank you very much.
But it is important for us to say this as a closing comment on this session. This discourse is not ending here. We go back and begin to explore areas.
And send to you?
Possibility, yes. Because at the end of this meeting, numbers are going to be made available to us. We are we have our website, we have everything through which you can contact us. Give us a call. We're going to give you even numbers, telephone numbers. Give us a call. Discuss whatever area you think we can litigate upon in your states of operation with us. Honestly, we're going to come in and do appropriately and do justice as it requires. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Raja. Thank you so much. I noticed that participation was just invisible. Please, let's let somebody at back. Someone just tell me what they really understood from the session. In just one line, one sentence. So, this is. Let's know that I'm making progress. What do you mean interactive? That means that's the only thing you got. So something that speaks to this session so that we know that we are on the same page.
At least I learned something that
You are on this table.
this table
Has been so busy.
Okay,
I
from
know
this
what
side.
this table. Yes.
Okay, I can say from all I gathered here, it's just a way of the procedure, the steps you need to take when you see a case like that, be it you or somebody close by, how to boost that person's confidence and the necessary steps to take and take it forward to give that person the human rights, the justice they deserve. Okay? And also confidentiality.
People were making brain and you go out and you let them feel like they knew everything. I don't like that. See, next time when you go out, show yourself. That's when people know that that lady that talked was there. Thank you so much. I didn't mean to say that. And we need to proceed to the next page, which is next steps. Next steps and timelines. This is I always be anchoring this session, but please, it's just standing to facilitate the session. We are all going to talk through the next steps, then we'll all give ourselves timelines. It's behind you, just smiling.
Hello.
Hi.
So, we have said a lot today and we have done a lot. And the major reason we are here today is to build a secure and productive health movement in Nigeria and see how far we can go about it and see the gaps and the lapses that we are having in our work and how we can come together and build a strong network. And I think during our group work, we actually identify a lot of issues, things that are making us not work well. And I think right now what we need to do is next level, not the next level of ABC, next level what we are going to do next, that we can actually harmonize and reach that gap. And a lot of people say that NGOs are not registered. Some said they are facing one or two issues with policies, referrals, documentation, and the rest. So these are the things we need to think and know how we can harmonize them together so we can come up with the next step. What are we going to do next that we can reach that gap and make our NGOs a better civil society organization. So where do we start and what next?
Okay, so if the next level you are talking about, the next step.
Yes.
Not next level.
Okay,
the next step.
Yes.
Why are you denying that? That's denial.
It's a question.
Yes.
So that we have a better understanding
Exactly.
of what you want us to do. So is it
Okay, maybe let me break it down more.
Okay.
Like if your organization is not registered, we should also set a timeline. Exactly. Like when we should get all this.
I think I'm the only one that's not registered now.
So you can't say there could be some other.
Because I told you there's an issue I'm also battling. Even though we are registered, we have not not review annual returns report to CAC, which most organizations don't do. So it's an issue too.
For me, that is a peculiar issue. I don't know whether other organizations that are here.
It's a serious issue.
Do you carry out business in your
No, it's not business. You just
have to do it with
your
your
audit
audit
report on a yearly basis.
with your audit report.
With your audit report and all that. And if you don't do it, there's fine attached to it. So
Huh?
it's the yes.
it's fine attached.
Fine of 5,000.
How many organizations have been fined?
No, there is fine.
Why is it? I'm not saying okay.
Yes, you have to pay.
You have to pay.
already came like that.
Can I
Because
just guide our next steps? You know, we itemize like 16 things. So first one, we have need for training on SRHR. If your organization is not on that, as one that doesn't need that,
Yes.
we can just keep ourselves timeline.
Exactly.
By this time, by this time,
Exactly.
by
All
this
these
time.
things.
When should we have this kind of training? If your organization doesn't, we can piggyback on it at any point in time. We're trying to just be as cost effective as possible at all times. So for me, training on SRH, I think all the time is
Hello. So we have need for the trainings on sexual and reproductive health rights.
So the training, is it that our organization will organize it, and then we ask you to come in to give us the training, or how is it supposed to be?
okay now. Like training on SRH,
Yes.
as some organizations don't know about it, even the staff in such organization. Let's say your organization wants to make people come together. You can invite us. If you know of any meeting coming on sorry, you can get to invite us to come in and give such training. It all depends on how we want to do it and availability of resources and timing. I don't know if it makes sense.
I understand.
I also do know that we agreed on one thing earlier. We say we will identify organizations that are into SRH in our various zones. And even for our media friends, they know their friends are also reporting on their rights and all of that. It's some of us have monthly meetings, some of us have quarterly meetings, some of us have meetings that can just organize. Some of us can decide the purposes of this SRH. I'm going to call a meeting. And you just write down letter and then look at inviting so on, so on. So 10 organizations who are into SRH a certain level of reference in Oshogo, for instance. You know? So you can write to any one of us here. So look, we are organizing this training. We're looking for resource persons who we suggest to come and conduct that training. But I say, oh, I know resource person in Lagos. You know, so we can maybe from Abuja here, have the person to come from Lagos to Oshogo since it's short. I'm just giving an example. Yeah. So we are contributing resource persons, for instance. You know, you can meet another organization like he is in Oshogo with you too. He knows those pro bono lawyers who are there, for example. He wants someone to talk about certain thing. He can give you those resource persons, maybe some money. What I'm trying to say is that it's not just about money here. It's also about resources that can contribute. One thing lawyers and that I can say for lawyers and that even if we cannot do it, we will sure definitely scout this country as much as we can to get that person who will be there to do it. So let's say for SRH, resource persons wouldn't be a problem in terms of our contributing resource persons to attend such a training. All we need from you, identify those organizations who are truly working on this. They don't have to be strong. In fact, the weaker, the better. So we can build their strength together and do those things.
Sir, what if precisely that or those organizations are not working on this SRHR directly, but they just do something that has to do with health matter? Like, for example, now, by the time you tell people that if you are working on SRHR, somebody will just write it up that, oh, I'm not working on that subject. So what I'm asking is, let's say for instance, the organization is working on so many things, but it also concerns like the one I mentioned the other time, prevention of HIV transmission from child to mother. Does it does that organization fall into?
Yes.
Yes.
That's my question.
Once it's health right, that will be reproductive, we have health, we have sexual and right. That is why it's called right.
Okay, so we actually identify some gaps here, so I'll call them out. So we will set timelines one after another. When are we expecting to fill in those gaps? The first one is need for trainings on sexual rights and health rights.
But I don't think we should. This is the baseline. So I don't want to take over this session. Okay. Yeah, but I think if we go back, the first thing we need to do is to identify the organization. Yeah, and that's, you know, and once you identify organizations, the natural thing that follows again is to have the conversation on these issues. So yeah, so the training, and I think that is something. This is February. Something I'm sure before the end of March, all of us would have done and maybe have a training.
And we are already talking about it at the state level.
I think I have that because I'm not really clear about this session. Training, is it a training for CSOs or community? Why I'm asking is because we run trainings for women. Then we bring other CSOs that like MCWS, Ministry of Women Affairs. So they come in to guide those women. So I need a clarification on which type of training. Is it for to identify the local CSO NGOs that work in the community or the community, the training for the community itself? Okay, you can be for the ones that you have that you invite so many groups that you speak to, right? It's also another for us to come in and speak on this idea. When you have a meeting with the community, you can also speak on that idea. At every given opportunity, you have the avenue of speaking about SRH. SRH is good for women, for the youth, and the community members themselves. Most times, I will shock you, community members don't know their rights. They don't know when their rights are being infringed. So that's an avenue for you to speak. If you notice, when you begin to educate people of their rights, they begin to want to seek justice. And they always know when the policeman begins to tell them you are arrested, they will tell you, okay, I'm not speaking like speak to a lawyer. It's happening now. People are beginning to wake up and know their rights. So we are saying for every given opportunity, like as you're going back now, you can step down to somebody. You can tweet SRH to anybody you know. When you tell one person, forget another person will tell another person, so that it begins to spread. But we are saying sometimes having impactful meetings doesn't just have to do about resources. There are times we can just sit down. I can just visit somebody in the person's office. Oh, they have a meeting. Oh, can I just speak about this? I write to organizations. I hear your program is coming up. You want to do this? Can you please try to find in this session? The person might be having a program that has to do with HIV. HIV is still the subject under SRH. So you can speak about HIV and try to bring in other SRH matters. Thank you.
Okay, so I don't know, but do we need to make it like this? Because I was thinking we can do it as a team so that we can set timelines. But if it needs that, okay, we know NGOs or society that need this SH, SR, SRHR training to identify themselves so that they can give us timelines, then fine. But I was thinking we can do it as a team so that we can save time as well.
We can do it as a team and we set timeline.
Now,
Yes.
based on what we understand, let's go back to the
We don't need to call it like here now, you remember there are some NGOs here that need training on sexual rights and health rights.
Okay, I think what he's trying to ask is, you want to go back to your kids.
Yes.
But you know that you can keep a certain timeline by end of March. I should have.
Yes.
That is what we have done
Exactly.
now.
Exactly.
We
So
say
what
by
we are
end of
saying
March.
is, identification is like even second training. Identification training. When should that happen? When can it's just something that we guide us. Because if we just go out and open, do a training on
Now, like we from Bauchi,
never
already we have a
happen.
database here of organizations.
Okay.
But from what we just like here, we should look for weaker organizations. You understand? So we don't want to use the database we have here to assume. So we have to visit them in their various offices to see.
Okay, but we want us to share this document.
Yeah, with us.
Yes, this itemized document.
Yes.
We share it back to everybody.
Everybody,
So
then will
that
now
we
walk
give ourselves a
timeline and send it to
When
you.
are you sending
In the
me
past
back?
for us.
Yes.
Is that fine?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes. So now, if you can give us a timeline from how long do you want to project this?
Give us good feedback.
Yeah.
I can get it like yesterday. I'm just,
No, you understand.
well, we can, let us be realistic. Can we get the feedback from you guys? It's 1 week. So it's okay.
1 week is okay.
It's okay. So we can get it like 1 week.
For us, like the two of us, since we are from Bauchi, we'll be working
Okay,
together.
so let's all agree on the date.
On Thursday next
On
week.
Thursday next week.
Should be 7th of March. 7th of March. Is that fine? So, have you seen
Yeah, I think we are working as
A team.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
so
we're working on this.
7th of March.
You're not leaving yourself. Bauchi, you have stuck together, Nigeria, you have stuck together. It's all about the movement. I'm going to identify persons that we can help you. And not just the training, it speaks to every other issue that's being identified.
So we'll give you a timeline of when to furnish you with all this.
Even we may even get to add some when we have a very elaborate report. This was just like a summary that we gathered from the assessment. So if we have an elaborate report, we can feed you with some other things that you can also give us timelines. Okay, I heard somebody saying that we need to create a WhatsApp group, but I said I would get to ask the house. Should we need this?
No.
Because we're looking at partnership. Do we need it? Can we help ourselves as in, so that if you have something to do easily in Bauchi, you can just prepare, you can share. Do we need it?
Yes.
And if we needing it, we need a volunteer. I don't want to let the other staff to do that. At the end of this meeting, we take the pen, we can send in the phone number, email address, and name, location in the document to everybody. We want, this is partnership, we want everybody to own it. So I need volunteers.
Volunteers to do that.
Create the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Oh wow, this is so beautiful. Okay.
There is even something, once it is created, a link will be generated and sent to people to add, then to join the group. To avoid the stress of the
One person.
admin typing people's number. So once the link is ready, it will be sent
To
Okay,
all
do
the
that.
people.
Okay. So let's say you get the list of participants by tomorrow. When will the WhatsApp be created? I have 3 volunteers, so anybody can do it. But when you are creating it, make sure you let the other people okay.
You know, like Ben is saying of that link to share, you understand? I think that is why it's ready.
Okay. So should we need you to create it?
This is it. Okay, I can create it. But what I'm saying is, you have all our contacts.
Yeah.
Once it is created, a link from that page will be generated and
And
you
so-
have that link.
And you send it to
You
all our
just lay
contacts.
that link to all the participants the way you invited us. So everybody will just click on that link. Once you click on that link, you are in that group.
Some persons think, can we all access our emails through our phone? So why is it the first century?
Through what?
Can we access the
Yeah.
Yes.
through our phone?
Yes.
Once it is, once that person is on WhatsApp,
Okay. So I think that's a good one.
Well, to me, I want you to believe that the best option to be taken to which I stand to be corrected is not that. Let's look for an admin officer. Whether you are going to create a link or not, let it to be done. Because as we are getting out of this, there is some other things that we didn't even plan for
after people not giving us opportunity.
Okay.
But the moment that you just create it, automatically you will be there. Yes. But another thing that I want to call your attention to, the moment any of the participants uses his or her phone to create that WhatsApp group, you may not have opportunity to regulate what is coming in and what that's it now. That is why I'm now suggesting that it's better for lawyer alert for so we'll be able to have authority as an admin officer. But if that does not, it's not an issue. I can get it done, and then by what's
I think
tomorrow?
what you're trying to say is that we should give ourselves rules. No unnecessary posts.
Unrelated.
Send the phone number. I want to assure you by before noon on Monday.
Monday?
Monday.
If I may suggest,
Thursday now.
I think if I may suggest,
Today I will come tomorrow.
we should
And by
have,
this time tomorrow I still be on the road.
there should not be only one admin. From each of the target states, they should add at least one person.
There will be too many.
Doing what? Doing what?
No, that is like.
That means eventually, as the group is growing and
No,
spreading
it's,
across
no,
the country,
already, you understand, you have your own people that you be heading from your state. You understand? There are some people you are going to identify, so you can add them as an admin. You understand? So there is one, we just have one manager service on a project ongoing. So every coordinator from each state is an admin. So we just share each, yes.
Okay, that means
We share zone by zone, you understand? So that when you recruit people,
there will be too many.
Okay, I think I decided that we took many admins, but few now. We can always
Where
share
few?
information. Everybody has the right to speak. You're not being the admin, but you're not creating the group. You can post. You can even, let's say you want to even say something, you may not even post. You can write an email. The person that can post can post. I don't know if you understand. So I don't see being an admin being like a big deal. So I think he has volunteered to create the WhatsApp group. Yes, so we'll send you the names, email, phone numbers, writing of everybody present. As we grow, as the group progresses, we can begin to add participants and we will definitely grow. I think we can add Leslie as one of the admins.
Yes. What's the name that will be given to that group? Let's have the name that will be
SRHR movement.
Is this lawyer and an SRH partner or what?
No,
SRHR movement.
Nigeria SRH.